I've always been a bit eclectic.
So it's been 2 years since I've seen you, Aurora.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be back with you again. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very excited by the new music. One taster of the album, Queendom.
Yes.
How do you feel? Do you feel different as an artist 2 years on?
I just feel more refined, if that's the word.
That's
I don't
good,
know.
isn't it?
It's a good word. I just feel like I've zoomed in a bit more into myself.
Queendom is a song that celebrates the difference in all of us. I love the fact that you embrace that, because some people go through struggles
I know.
for feeling like an outsider.
I know. And I've been an outsider all my life. I've always been a bit strange, and people say it kind of sometimes in a good way, sometimes cloaked in humor, and sometimes not at all.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's hard if you don't have any safe place where it's allowed. And I just want Queendom to kind of be that. I've traveled around the world, especially in 2016 and 17, more than ever. And it really, you know, it made an impact on me how my fans, you know, the same thing goes again and again in all the different places, from Norway to South America, that people, I see that it's full of strange people there, and introverts, and, you know, weird, you know, we all have this in common, I feel, like many of us.
Do people misunderstand your music and you as an artist because you might, for some people, seem a little bit strange?
I think some people misunderstand, absolutely. But then I know my music is also available. You know, it is also a bit clear, because it's very, you know, it's not too out there. I know my words sometimes can be interpreted in many ways.
But that's mysterious, though, isn't it?
Yes.
That's a good thing.
I like it mysterious. Yeah. And even with Queendom, the lyrics are very direct. But, you know, it means 1,000 things, every word. If you're willing enough to kind of dive into it,
and it's
you realize
celebratory.
it. Yes.
It's got real passion. I love the video too, but I was a bit concerned, I've got to be honest, because you are thrashing in that video. You are dancing around quite vigorously. Yeah. At one point, I thought you were going to hit your head against the wall. It's quite confined space in one scene of the video. It's a great video. Did you enjoy making it? Yeah,
I did. And I just wanted it to feel, you know, I didn't want to, I'm always in nature. I prefer to be outside, in the forest, or in a, you know, to be outside at least. But it's nice in this one, because Queendom wasn't supposed to be, you know, this beautiful place, or this palace or castle or this forest. It wasn't. It's not a place. It's a state of mind, and it's, you know, it's about how people's attitude against other people is, and that's what Queendom is, and that was why it was important for me that it was in a kind of ugly old place, but still beautiful. But, you know, it was very important that it was a bit more about the people in this one.
Now, Aurora is your real name.
Yes.
Some people don't know it's your real name.
Oh, why?
Because it's kind of like an artist name, isn't it? Because it obviously means polar lights, northern lights.
Yeah, it does.
Björk wrote a song called Aurora.
She did?
She did.
Ah.
I think your parents must have known that you were going to be the artist that you are.
Maybe.
It's almost like fate, isn't it?
I've always been a bit eclectic. I think my mom actually knew before I did, because she was the one that, you know, after my management said, "Do you want to be an artist in 2013? I said no.
What does your mum make of what you're doing? She must be very proud.
Oh, they are very proud. And they are very, like, you know, they don't really, we don't care about success. Or I think we define success different than many other people would. And as long as, you know, if I'm handling things good, with answers, and if I'm being inclusive and wise, then they are really proud.
Because it's not always about commercial success, is it? You've got to be happy.
No.
You're obviously happy doing what you're doing.
I had a commercial success, like on my first album, but the things I weren't happy with made me so unhappy compared to the success. You know, it's all about if you're happy with my artist's self, kind of comes before myself.
So what were the things you weren't happy with?
No, just, there's always something. It's impossible to live a life where you're happy with everything.
That's true.
And I guess it was more of I didn't really know what I know now.
So you feel like you've learnt a lot in the space of a few years?
Yes, I did. I learned a lot about myself and what I really want to say and what I really want to sound like and what my world is like. Compared to on the first album, where it was just a collection really of what I did the last 9-10 years of my life before I released that album. But all these songs are new. What
can you tell us about the new album? We are so excited to hear more tracks after Queendom.
Well, the next song that will come is kind of I love sensuality in a subtle way, I guess. Yeah. And it's quite. You're the only one I've given a hint about this. Actually,
that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's quite primal. The next song, and it's quite playful. And then the song after that, is quite hard, and dark. That. So it's very like I'm kind of exploring my audience a bit this time, and kind of what do you call it? Challenging them a bit to see who is real and who is just, who wants to put me in a box and who that does not want to put me in a box.
Who dares to put you in a box?
Who dares to put me in a box, because I hate being put in a box. So these, that's what I'm kind of doing with this next. I'm kind of challenging the box a bit.
Well, thank you for telling us that. I feel like we've had Aurora secrets. That sounds like a perfume, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Would you bring out a perfume? Many people have. Many artists have written.
I hate perfume. I like to smell like sweat.
Because it doesn't smell natural, I guess.
Yes, I like to smell like me.
Yes.
I don't wear anything.
Interesting. I've never been to Norway. We were talking about this just before we started recording. Where should I go? What was the first place I should visit?
You should go to Bergen. And it's not only because I live there. It's also because it's it has this. It's a tiny city, but it's still the second biggest in Norway, and that's where all the music now comes from. It's very creative, and the people are very, interesting because it rains all the time there, so people have to be creative because you can't really go out. It has to do with the culture because there's a lot of support for art. There's a lot of, we all have like at least 100 friends who does music in some way. Everyone. The bar attender in my favorite bar, he's in 3 bands. It's just like everyone does music because it's beginning to be like the normal thing almost. And you always do, it's very creative and very supportive. We all are there for each other. And if I meet, it's very beautiful.
Well, when I get home, I shall be booking my holiday.
Yes.
I shall see
you. And
you
have a fjord. Bergen is in a fjord. And
perfect.
It has the mountains. And you can kind of drink a beer and then... No, don't drink before you. Go for a mountain hike. It's like just 9 minutes up there and then you are on the mountain. And then you can have a beer, like right after.
So you've sold it to me already. Beers, mountains, what else do you need? When you're not working, what do? Do you get much time to chill out?
No. But I'm exceptionally good in, what do you call it, chilling out.
Yeah.
Being chilly.
Yeah.
I don't like chili, actually. It makes me really red hot, like in food, spicy.
Oh, no, I'm the same.
But anyway, I am really good at spacing out. Sometimes in the wrong places, which...
could be embarrassing.
Yes. But I want to do it in the right places. It's really good. And I'm really good, like if I have one day at home, I'm really good at forgetting all about tomorrow and just get really relaxed for a whole day. And I'm really kind to my body. Like I move slow to just not wake it up. I try to stay asleep for a whole day.
Sounds very good for the health.
And I just move, I'm really kind to myself.
It's like meditation, isn't it?
It is. And, I just read books, I paint, I go for walks, I eat, like, all the chocolate I can bear. And I meet my family when I can, because family keeps you even more grounded than Mother Earth kind of does. So it's good.
How's Coachella? Because you talked about spicy food. and feeling hot. Obviously, you coming from Norway, again, that's the flip side of that. Was that really uncomfortable?
I do. I'm really bad with heat. Like, I'm worse than you can ever think. And when people say like, "Oh, I'm really bad with heat," I'm really bad with heat.
So
after like a minute in the sun, I don't. I'm really bad. I just I get nauseous and really drowsy, and like I get very really dizzy, and I drank 8 bottles of water and I peed 100 times.
Not on stage, no, hopefully.
No.
Not during the show.
Not yet. One day.
Do you become a diva if you get aggravated
diva?
by things like that?
No. I'm the best when I'm really just quiet about it, and I just retire a bit, and I let my group just do things. And they were out, eating and doing things and walking around. But it was 40 degrees the second weekend.
Yeah.
I just after the show I had to go straight home to the hotel because I got the flu, and I was really cold suddenly. But I took a bath, and it became better.
Lots of oils, candles burning. Oh, there's the heat again. We don't need that.
Oh, no, no.
So final question for you, Aurora.
Yes.
Are you still running with the wolves?
Every night.
Excellent. I was hoping you were going to say that. I actually wore this especially for you, which you very brilliantly summed up before we started filming. Said it looked a bit like you because of the tusks. The walrus. Obviously, you're not as big as this.
Oh, sadly, I will though. One day.
Still beautiful though.
It is big and lovely.
Yeah, it's so great to see you. I wish you all the best with the album. Can't wait to hear it.
Thank you.
I love Queendom, and I'm looking forward to the tour too. See you next time.
Yes.